We have an amazing track record.
Yeah.
And when you think that before Iraq, our three major wars were all in Asia, and each time with a different country, there's a disconnect somehow. Anyway, so that's the main purpose of the foundation, is to teach Americans something about Asia. And you know about our programs, our major programs with Asia, which is really teacher training. Because if you're going to teach the nation something about another country, or teach them anything, you've got to have teachers.
Technique that you might find a little bit more interesting is experimenting with the where you're pulling the fabric, that geometric pattern. I just made a bunch of squares.
I just started meeting people and teaching subjects and paying more attention to the fact that I knew nothing about Asia, which makes it harder to teach it. And that I think spiked my interest. It was like, oh, here's this whole new place and I can keep learning. I'm teaching high school, but that doesn't mean that I stop learning. It is one of the first things I talk about when I talk to people about teaching high school with a PhD or without a PhD. I'm always telling them, there are these great courses you can take, you can keep learning. And it's just been phenomenal.
It's been my most beloved and cherished source of professional development. I cannot thank NCTA enough for all that it's done to enhance my teaching craft, and especially in providing professional development.
I wasn't officially supposed to be a Japanese teacher. I was supposed to be an English teacher. And so having support about Asia was critical to me.
Having that opportunity to introduce books and literature from other countries is just, it's amazing. If you don't see yourself in the room, you're not represented. And this is one way to represent so many of our kids.
When I felt like I was the only one, go do an NCTA thing, and there were other people that taught about Asia too, so that was my support system.
I've been with this program for 23 years. It has enormously shaped my curriculum, my teaching, and certainly my understanding and my students' understanding of Japan. I quite honestly would not be the teacher I am today without this program, and certainly everything that I teach about Japan is a direct result of this program.
All of these pieces are actually displayed. So remember, our goal was to find a couple things that really made us go, wow, this makes me go wow. It's not just the objects themselves, but the way the curator has decided to make us look at these objects.
NCTA has given me so many great things to think about and research and opportunities for reading and for travel. And several years ago, Dr. Jordan asked me to start doing a little teaching and gave me an opportunity to train, to teach other teachers. And so when I say it changed my life, I mean that. It changed my life, my perspective, and just my intellectual and academic world have changed.
I've always found something new invariably to add to or change what I teach in East Asian studies. And so in many ways, the experiences I've had through the seminars and in the in-person travel experiences have really oftentimes pushed me in directions that I would not have thought about, because I've learned something new. There's probably, at least now since 2005, about 18 years worth of students that have come through my class and have probably benefited in some way or another from what I've learned in NCTA.
My favorite memory of working with NCTA is that you're not just hearing information, but you're actually doing something with that information and participating in a hands-on way. And so it's just allowed me to have more stories to enrich my classroom, and made me a much more confident person when going out into the world and dealing with people who have an East Asian background.
Finding out about NCTA, it was kind of like a dream come true. I had no idea that an organization existed that really focused on Asian studies. I'm able to help students formulate good research questions and focus on maybe not so well-known topics, but very, very interesting topics.
One of the things I absolutely love about NCTA is that I do have a graduate degree in history, and so when I take professional development courses, I want them to be of that kind of caliber. All of the instructors are extremely knowledgeable in their content, and I also think that the rigor that they provide is a really good balance. So all of the information has been super helpful in my teaching. It makes me want to learn more for my students. It makes me want to make more connections for my students.
I followed what I loved learning about, which was East Asia, and I was just passionate about it. And I thought, wow, I'm kind of being rewarded for following what I love to do and love to learn about now. It's created this community of people that kind of are excited about the same things that I'm excited about. And it's really nice to be with those people.
The ideas and the ways to teach about Asia have just been amazing. And it's neat because teachers hear it from other teachers and then they share. I would just like to add to thank the Freeman family for their investment, not only in NCTA, but in the teachers who then teach the students. It is invaluable what you have done to share your love for East Asia with the United States, our teachers, and our future generations. So thank you.